Here it is. Here's that star. Listen, 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 listen. Polarization. Polarizing. Polarization. Imagine a positive and a negative. Polarization. Imagine a male and a female. Polarization. Imagine a so-called black male and a so-called black female. Or should I just say black male and a black female? Polarization. Polarizing. Induce. Induce. Does that fit? So, you have the black male, and then you have this separate, opposite. It's separate from you. It's special. It's special. Go out your door and look outside and see all these people in the world. Yeah, that woman, you see, that's her doing. You see, she went through the pains and struggles and all these other type things to get you here. She suffered for 9 months and then had to deal with all these millions of people. In the infant's development, you see, the child's development until they start comprehending a little, and here come dad, you see, getting more involved. But the majority of those components, this is the woman's body. You see, she brought these things into existence from the seed and whatever was inside of that seed. You see, she brought it out here in the world. That's what we see. Really though, that's what we see out here. You see, this separate body, we can't have children, males. Our pelvics don't spread open like hers do. She's special. You see, she's special. She's separate. She's holy. In this house, the black woman, she's holy. She's holy. You see? Who in this world taunt or to bring down or to depress or suppress or just pressing on us, period? You see, when the people say black, the people outside of this house, when the people say black, how do they describe black? How do those who are a part of that or that supremacy, do they get to have the same feed that their spirit gave to them? This supremacy and that spirit, they gave them their orders from another. You see what I'm saying? So from a great spirit to this other spirit, it touched them. you see, who your great-grandmother produced. You see. Now, mind you, there's a species here that your mother didn't produce. You see, they produced their own something and developed it. You see, you see, and it's totally separate from what another creator created. You see, it's another God. It's another El or Al. You see, it's another one. You see, a supreme being who created its own. You see? And so they have a certain type of genetics. You see? And you can hear them. See, you can hear them. They're everywhere. You can hear them. They're on social media everywhere. You see? But those who came from your great, supreme great grandmother or mother, they'll fight you to death. And that they ain't like you say they are. They will literally fight you to death about it. You see? Because you telling them what they're not. And they know who the fuck they are. You gonna have a battle on your hands. That ain't this particular war that you're in. It's not your priority. Your priority is one who produced nations. That separate body. That Holy Spirit. You see, they tapped into that Holy Spirit. You see? And cuffed you in your minds. You see? Yeah, that's what they did. I mean, you know. That's what it seemed like. It seemed as though, shit, you see? I ain't here trying to teach nobody something. I'm just an observer. And one who put itself inside of these worlds to experience, you see, its bodies or its laws. They all have laws. Abomination have plenty of laws. You see? Don't you know those beings who grew up in Abomination? Don't you know that when you come in there, kind of different, don't you know that they know that you're not abominative? You know, say, you know, did I say it right? Shit, abominative, you know, abomination, abominative, you know. Don't they know that you don't have no funk on you? They know it. They can smell each other. They look just alike. They act just alike. They just get different characters, well, personalities and shit. You see? You see, they come from the stars too. Some of them. Because the one who your mother produced, I guess, and he was insecure, or whatever it was, he decided to create its own shit. You see, all these things are just lust. All these things, lust really don't have nothing to do with, I mean, it's not like just for, you know, sexual purposes and all that other type of shit. No, lust is in everything, you see. People lust in hate. You see, they lust. You see, it makes them feel, it makes them feel the way they feel, the way an orgasm make them feel. That's the same thing they feel when they used to do certain things to your grandparents. It does something to them. You see, they felt strengthful. You see, they felt strengthful, and then it became addictive. They became addictive to it. And, you know, it was their crack. You were their crack. You see? Yeah. Back in the day, you see, those who found you separate, you see, in this polarizing world, polarized world, you see. Listen, I just, oh shit, that's gonna sound cool on the echo. No, man, but listen, this is what's happening. Think of polarization. And I think one of the websites said it puts this inducement or whatever this was that they said, they attached it to polarization, you see. And the first thought came into, see, when I see things like that, I connect everything that I read scientifically and mathematically. I connect it to my people, the people that look like me. You see, you know, anything about, you know, whatever electronics is, you know, the electrical being, whatever electricity is, I try to put that and wrap it around my people. You see, the people that look like me. You see, that's why I said my people. You see. Well, I don't know. But still, I don't know. So I just throw it out there because I don't know. You see, shit, I just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a heavy blend of some real things when you use the components, electrical components, when you use them and then see how they work in the living being. See what makes things move from those currents on the other side. See what makes it move. Because they're the people that I was speaking of earlier. You see, they know what you are, who you are. So that's what they're using. You know, listen, that's what they're using. Frequencies and sound with it. You see, all these things are blended up in their words, in the words that they talk about. You see, in the words, in some of their creations, you see, some of their best poets or writers, you see, coming looking different, you see, putting on something that you may desire or you may feel comfortable. They'll put on those clothes and they'll put that house upon them. You see? Yeah. Your sheepskin and all this shit, they'll put it on them and they'll blend right in and you'll love them. And, you know, like you did Clinton with his horn, with his, you know, shit. He was the first black president, y'all said. You see, shit like that. You see? And he was diabolical. You see? That type shit. Isn't it something? Isn't it something that they know how to turn you on or turn you off? You see? They know it. Wouldn't it be something if you just learn how they know and what they studied? Don't talk about if they the devil. Don't talk about the devil made them do it or the seeds of Satan and fuck that. No. See how they thinking. You see how they're thinking and re-engineer what they're talking about so you can see who you are. You see? That's the only way. Look, you cannot keep talking about, okay, people know how these beings some of these beings, majority of these beings are. That's fine. Yes, that's who they are. They think the way they think. You see? Now take that wholeness, that generational wholeness of what they believe or what they feel of you, about you, however it may be. You see, because they are in power. Those that look like them are in power. You see? You're second. You're a minor to that major. You see? So just think about it. Whatever is on their mind, however they feel about you, you see, and how they express black and all these type things. You see, listen to how they say the word black. It's going to tell you a lot. And then when they start explaining certain things, you see, you're going to hear something. You see, sometimes you don't respond to it. Just listen. Act like it's a book. Act like the words that's coming out of these people's mouths are the words of God. You see, just think about it. You see, just think about how they talk to you, the things that they say to you, all these type things. Don't fight them. Hear what they're saying. See the opposite of that. You see the holiness, the separate thing. You see, from that. You see, this title or this status that they gave or they put upon you. You see what it is. Don't just say, I love black and all these other type things. You see, if you're going to say it, talk about the negative. Talk about that line. You see, remember, the positive is like this. It's a cross. It's a cross. You see, the negative is a straight line. You see, look like a sidewalk, look like an expressway, a freeway. You know what I'm saying? It's flat. You know, you can roll on it, you can walk on it, you can litter on it, you can spit on it, you can shit on it. You see? Oh, defecate on it. You see? You can do all these things on that singular, you see. And in order for you to see that, is you got to put that shit together. You got to put it together. You know, you do. You have to put it together. You have to put that shit together, that positive and negative, and see what type of current comes from that. You see, learn the negative, understand the negative. You see, if it's negative, you see, whatever they're talking about, re-engineer that status. See what would it look like on the opposite of everything they're saying. See what all that shit. See what the opposite of that, whatever that status is, whatever the world people that don't look like you, whatever, if they all saying the same thing, reverse that understanding. Give it a positive. You see, give it a positive because that's what you are. You see, they want to see you. They're being intimate. They want to fuck you. You see? That's what they're doing. You see? They're having sex with you. You see, down here in this 6. S-I-X. What is it? What is it? What's the 6? Shit. 1 9 and a 6. Yeah, 1 9 and a 6. Ain't that something? The word 6 is 1 9 and a 6. Ain't that something? That's a 7. You see, that's a 7. And then you take that SEX. You see, that's a 156. You see, sex is a 156. That 5 and 6 is an 11. 111. You see, where you gonna get that at? Where you gonna get that order or that pattern from? That 1, 1, 1. Where you gonna get it from? You gonna get it from 10, 11, and 12. You see, or 10, 11, yeah, 10, 11, and 12. You see, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. You see, 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. You see what I'm saying? You see, it's a third. You see, it's a third. But that's 7. That's 5. You see, that's 5 ticks from that 12. You see, you see. Listen, I'm just saying to you, just think about it though. Just think about polarized beings and put that word induce. See if it enhance it. You see, or dilute it or something. See, you know, understand that one too. You see, you gotta think electrical. You know what I'm saying? You got to think electrical. You have to think electrical. You see, you know, you're not moving because they separated you. You see? They separated you a second time. You see, you were already like that. You see? Above you is a Christ. Well, here, it helps you to glow. You see? And from that enlightenment that you have, you give it to your woman. You give it to your mate, your helpmate, your wife, whatever she may be to you. Hope she's your wife, whatever. You know, you have children and things, and you see, and she, or the both of you, reared the child, you see, based on their level of comprehension, however it may be, you see, however it may be. You making it work. You see, you making it work because that first positive and negative produced you. Ain't that a trip? And they got you, they said, well, fuck it. We're going to do what they did to themselves, but we're going to do it on the opposite side. They do it spiritually. You see, they're separate spiritually. They need to be separate, just like my mother and my father. You see, they're different. You see, they're the same, but they're different. You see, the woman had more components. You see, you know. See, they know what they're doing, or they know what they've done. You see. Now, they probably going to try to help you get back in order. You see, however it may be. But in the meantime, why don't you just make it a priority in your own world of blackness? You see, you know, if you're going to keep their status, you see. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that hue or that shade. It's the spelling. You see, it's the spelling. That's all it is. It's the spelling of the word. You see, I love the B. I love the lack. You see, I'm going to put those together. It says black. Nigga, I ain't talking about that. That's totally different, nigga. That shit don't bother me, nigga. I said I'm black. That's what I am. Black is this, nigga. Black is that, nigga. Black is that, nigga. Don't listen. I know. Don't tell me what you telling me for. You need to express the shit that nigga that's on your dollar bill. his peoples and shit. See, look, I'm sorry, the $100 bill in your pocket, right? Look at that motherfucker. Him. What? Talk to him or his children. Don't tell me how much you love this. You see? Or that. You see? What you talking about? Help me to understand this big body. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I keep saying, what is the word of God? You see, I'm looking at words. You see, and his blueprint of sound and a structure of 26 letters, messages, codes, you see, that you can unravel. You see, using the time frame that your mother was given to birth you. To birth you. Your mother birthed. She's the birther. You see? I'm just talking to you. Understand that body. Understand electricity. Understand how it works. You see? And then fall into radio waves. You see? Fall into that too. You see? And then frequencies and all that shit, that's just a part of all of it. You see, sound and all the other type of shit. All that shit will start coming natural. You see? It'd be natural because you developing that foundation from a blueprint of a thought. That came from a thought. You see, and then you roll it out. That's all you do. You roll it out, and then you start doing it. You see, or visualizing it in your head, or writing it, and see how that world will work. If you do re-engineer their negative, you see, just re-engineer their negative. You see, and just see what they see. See why the insecurity that they have. You see why the insecurity that they have, because even though you believe that you shouldn't give a fuck about it, you see, it's in the spirit. You see, and why is that spirit so powerful? You see, that they're doing to you, it's like kryptonite to you. You're going to have to re-engineer that black shit, that black status, and how they feel about you and where you were before they start coming up with plans and shit, the shit that you taught them or they overheard, you see, in their ratchetness, you see, when they was ratchet, you see, and you used to come around with your clean clothes on and all this other type of shit, teaching them things, you see, showing them things, lusting over them, you see where it came from, learn the hate, don't just call it out, it already exists, it's doing what it's doing, it's breathing. You see, it's breathing. You're supposed to be breathing Yahuwah. I create good and I create evil. You're supposed to be breathing Yahuwah. I create good and I create evil. You see, I create positive, I create negative. My pops is positive, my mama is negative. They came together and produced this. Look, they turned me on. I'm alive, I'm leaving, I'm breathing, I'm leaving, I'm breathing. Shit, or am I staying? It's a hell of a world. It's a hell of a situation out here, peoples. Good talking to you. Love you. In a minute, yeah.